Hi, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
And still, many have to join. I think the other class is still going on. Is it finished?
Just ended, sir.
Just ended, okay. And people are joining, still joining. Okay, today again it's a lab tutorial class, and before the test, we were discussing uh, how do we convert a given infix expression into prefix or postfix expression, and then we also understood how to evaluate a given postfix expression. I hope people remember the logic that is used in order to evaluate a given expression, postfix expression. You remember, right?
Yes, sir.
What is that you have to do? So you have to start scanning the given postfix expression from left to right, and every time you're scanning a token, you got to verify whether the scanned token is an operator or operand. Okay. So if it is an operand, what is that you are going to do? Push it onto the stack. So if it is an operator, so you go to pop two items from the top of the stack, and then you have to perform the operation. Say if the operator is plus, you're going to pop two items from the top of the stack, and then you perform the addition operation, and the result again you push it back to the stack. So this process you repeat until you scan all the tokens from the given input postfix expression. So this was the simple logic, and using stacks you can easily evaluate the given postfix expression. Okay, and other thing which you can do using stacks is converting a given infix expression either to postfix or prefix expression. Okay. But since this is the lab tutorial class, and in the previous class I've already shown you how to convert a given infix expression into both prefix as well as postfix expression. So since this is a lab tutorial, and for the lab you don't have converting a given infix expression into prefix expression. So you have it only for converting a given infix expression into postfix expression. This lab program you have. Okay, but you should know how to convert without so manually the given infix expression into the prefix and postfix form, but program wise you have it only for converting a given, how to use the stacks in order to convert a given infix expression into postfix expression. That is what we are going to discuss for the today's session, since this is a lab tutorial session. Now let me quickly show you the question. Okay, and then I'll explain you the logic how a given infix expression can be converted into postfix expression by using the stacks, and then we will go through the program. So this is I'll zoom it little bit. Yeah, so this is what we understood previous week, same day, stacks we understood, uh, operations on the stack, and how to implement the palindrome using stacks. So now this fourth one. So just go through the question. Design, develop and implement a program in C for converting a given infix expression to postfix expression. You already know how to do it, but here we are going to discuss how to do that using the stacks. Okay, so one application of stacks is converting the given infix expression either to prefix or postfix, but here we focus only on how to convert the infix expression to postfix expression using the stacks. And continuing with the question, the program should support for both parenthesized and free parenthesized expression. So the program which you design, develop and implement, it should go for supporting both parenthesized expression and also free parenthesized expression. So that means the infix expression which you give as input to this program, either it should be it should be both. Sometimes we'll be inputting, yes, mute. Sometimes we'll be inputting an unparenthesized expression, and sometimes we'll be inputting the parenthesized expression. The program which you design, develop and implement, it should support both parenthesized expressions as well as unparenthesized expression. So even in the last class, before the test starts, so am I audible?
The screen is not visible, sir.
Oh, sorry. I thought it is shared. Okay, because I had kept everything ready. Okay, sorry. Now, when something like this happens, you try to inform me immediately. Don't hesitate. So now, I think it is shared. Now it is shared, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is this is what I was talking, the fourth program. Okay. Design, develop, implement a program in C for converting a given infix expression to postfix expression, and the program which you write, it should support both parenthesized as well as unparenthesized or free parenthesized expressions. So before the test, when we were discussing how to convert a given infix expression into postfix expression, we did it for both. So we did it for the parenthesized expression also, and we did it for unparenthesized expression also. And the program which we write now, it should support for both parenthesized as well as unparenthesized expressions. And the operators that you should include are, so plus, minus, into, divide, modulus operator, or you can also call it as a remainder operator, and then the exponentiation. So when we were solving it manually, earlier classes, so for exponentiation or the power, we were using the dollar. There are many things which you can use. So sometimes we use the upward arrow, so this is what is caret symbol, which is called as this symbol is called as caret symbol, and dollar also we use sometimes to represent the exponentiation. Since the problem here says exponentiation should be represented using the caret symbol, we will use the caret symbol, and it should also go for accepting the alphanumeric operands. Okay, say for example, I write it as 2 plus 3 into 5. So this is numeric expression, and similarly the program which you write, it should also accept A plus B into C. Okay, so it should also, it must be an alphanumeric operands. OP people understood with the question? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now, before going to the program, let me explain you one thing. Okay. So here two tables are required. So if you know those two tables and one simple logic, you can easily convert any given infix expression into the postfix expression. Okay. Now what is that? Two tables. So one we call it as, let me take a bigger font. Yeah, this is 14 is enough, I think. Okay. Input character precedence table. Okay, this is one table, and the other table is input stack precedence. Okay, so this short form I will be calling it as ICP, input character precedence, and this in short form I will be calling it as ISP. OP people understood? So this is input character precedence table, and this is input stack precedence table. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me write the input character precedence. So the entire success of this logic which I am explaining is completely dependent on these two tables, okay, and one simple logic. Okay. Let me insert a table, and I want you people to remember this table. So I just need a table, okay, of 2 columns. Okay, enough. Okay, I am writing now this input character precedence table. Okay, so I'll write here, say plus operator, comma, and then minus. I'll assign the precedence as 1. Okay, so let me add one more. Insert a row above this. I'll write operator and operand. So this I'll write precedence value. Okay, see, for plus and minus, what is the precedence value I'm assigning is 1. Okay, in the input character precedence, I'm assigning to plus and minus the precedent value as 1. Okay, and similarly for into, comma, divided by symbol, and then remainder, all of them have equal precedence, and to this I'll assign the precedence value 3. Okay, next for exponentiation, okay, that caret symbol which I was mentioning, I'll assign the precedent value as 6. Okay, now and then for I'll write it as ash symbol. Okay, for this it is 8. Now what ash represents, what is the special symbol which you are writing here? Now I am using this ash symbol to represent the operands. So the operand may be a numeric operand or a character operand. Okay, so if it is a numeric operand or a character operand, you know, then I represent it as ash. Ash means here either it is a numeric operand or a character operand. OP people understood? Because numeric I have 0 to 9, and then characters I have from A to Z. I cannot write all of them. Now I have taken my own symbol to just represent all the numeric values from 0 to 9 and the character values from A to Z. OP people understood? Now what this ash symbol is representing is 0 to 9, all the numeric operands and all the character operands. OP people understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Next. So try to concentrate. Now what I have written? What is this?
Open parenthesis.
Opening parenthesis. Okay. For opening parenthesis, in the input character precedence, I am assigning the precedence value as 9. And similarly, what is this?
Close parenthesis.
Closing parenthesis. Closing parenthesis, I am assigning the precedence value as 0. So this is one table which you should know. Okay. And similarly, there is another table. Let me insert one more table. Okay, and this table is now stack precedence table. Input stack precedence table. and again here also I'll take the operator, operand, and then the precedence value. So in the ISP table, for plus and minus, I'm assigning the precedence value 2. This is what is important. See, so when they encounter as input character, then I assign the precedence value as 1. When I encounter these characters on the stack, I assign the precedence value as 2. That means if the same operator is on the stack, and if the same operator, if it is read from the string, when I am comparing, I give more precedence to the character or the operator which is on the stack. Okay. So for plus and minus on the stack, I am giving the precedence value as 2. Okay. So this is character precedence. Say for example, I enter, just have a look here. So I enter this is my infix expression, a plus b into c. Okay, into c. This is my given infix expression. Now this is my input string. Correct? No. Now when I am scanning this input string, I encounter this plus. Okay. First I encounter a. A is, what is this a? It is an operand. What type of operand? Character operand. For character operand, it has nothing but what? Hash. And what is the precedence value? 8. And similarly, what is the next symbol that I will be scanning? Plus. For plus, and this plus is present inside the input string, and what is the precedence value? 1 I have to take it. Okay. And similarly, if I write a stack, okay, let me go here because I have the whiteboard opened already. Say I'll take a stack. Oh. Okay, if I want to open whiteboard, I want to stop sharing this screen. It got closed. Okay, no issues. I'll open the Paint. Paint is also okay for me. Okay, now I need to take a pencil and then write. Okay. Say this is my stack, and here I have few things say stored. Say there is opening parenthesis here, and I have plus here. Okay. Say when I am comparing here, see input precedence, the input character operator is plus. Okay, this plus I have got from the input string, hence I call it as input character. Okay, input character and its precedence. So plus is an input character, and what is its precedence now? 1. And similarly, if I go here, now when I'm looking into the top of the stack, what is there? Plus. So, but this is not the input character. This is which is there on the stack. Now, for the same plus operator, what will be the precedence I am assigning? 2. Okay. Input string, when it is in the input string, I am assigning the value as 1, and when the same operator is in the stack, I am giving the value 2. So, because I want to give more priority to the operator which is on the stack. So, with that reason, okay, so we are assigning it like this. Okay, people understood? Now, if the same plus or minus is on the stack, we give it the precedence 2. Okay. Next, similarly, say if it is into or divide or modulus, see what was the precedence assigned if it is encountered as a character from the input string? What is the precedence?
3.
3. Now, when the same characters into, divide and modulus operators are on the stack, what is the precedence I have to give? More than this. Following? Yes or no?
Yes.
More than this 3.
Yes,
What
sir.
is more than that 3? 4. Now, similarly, the caret symbol. Okay. Now, what is the precedence? Input, when it is encountered as an input, when it is encountered as an input character from the given string, we assign the precedence value as 6, and if you find the same caret symbol on the stack, so we assign 5. Here it is less. Okay. So for plus minus, so this stack precedence value is higher than compared to the input precedence character, and again similarly into, divide and modulus, precedence on the stack is higher than the precedence value of into, divide and modulus from the input character. And similarly, so what does this represent? So why we are taking this symbol?
For all the operands.
For all the operands, alphanumeric operands. In general, you can say alphanumeric operands. Now, for this we are taking, and here also the precedence is same. Okay, for alphanumeric operands, the precedence in the input character and the precedence in the input stack is same. 8 here also, 8 here also. Okay, next we have opening parenthesis. It is 0. See here. So for closing parenthesis, we have given the priority 0, precedence value as 0 in the input character, but in the stack for opening parenthesis, we are giving it as 0. Okay. So this is what the table, and we don't define any precedence value for the closing parenthesis in the input stack precedence table. Okay. So these two tables you should know. If you know these two tables, so then easily you can write a program to convert a given infix expression into the postfix expression using the stack. Now apart from this, so we require this. I'll just show you this simple condition you have to remember. If ICP of x can be any one of these operator or operand. Okay. If input character precedence of x can be plus, minus, into, divide, modulus, caret, it can be any alphanumeric character, opening parenthesis or closing parenthesis. Correct, no? If it is less than ISP of, okay, S of top, input stack precedence of the top of the stack. If the precedence of the input character is less than the precedence of the top of the stack, then what we do is, okay, sorry, not if, while, okay, while, so input character precedence is less than the precedence of the top of the stack, so we just go for okay. So popping the elements.
So parenthesis.
Which parenthesis? Oh, here.
So why?
Okay, no, this is not the program. Just for explaining, I'm writing. It's okay. I have written. So popping from the stack and add it to the postfix expression. Okay. So as long as this condition is true, the precedence of the input character is less than the precedence of the stack of the top of the stack, so we go for popping the element from the stack and we go for adding it to the postfix expression. If this is not true, what we do? We push x, all right, because x is the one which I've taken here. Input character is x. Push x onto the stack. Understood? Yes or no? Hello? And before this, one more. If x is alpha numeric character, add it to the postfix expression. Is it clear? See, if x is an alphanumeric character, add it to the postfix expression. So if it is not an alphanumeric character, then you just compare, take the character and its precedence, input character precedence from this table, and compare that with the precedence value which is available in the stack precedence. If the input character precedence is lesser than the stack precedence, then you go for popping the element from the stack and directly add it to the postfix expression. If this is not true, you push the corresponding operator onto the stack. OP people, understood till here?
Yes, sir.
So for this program, this table you should know. This is the other table which you should know, and this simple thing which you should know. Understood?
Sir, can you explain it once again, sir?
Yeah, I'll explain this with an example now. Okay? I'll explain this with an example. I'll take the infix expression a plus simple one will take into c. Correct? So this is what we have taken. Let me, yeah, okay. I need a table, so let me push everything to the next one, next page. Okay, these two tables I'll leave them there only. Whenever we want to refer them, I'll scroll up. Okay, I'll come here. So this is what I'll make it red. So this is what the expression which I've taken. Now I want to convert this into postfix form. Okay. So this is my input string. I'll write a stack also. I'll insert a table. Okay. So I just need one column. Okay. Assume this is my stack. Okay. Let me reduce its size. This is my stack. Okay. Next. See here. Let us apply this. Okay. I'll write postfix here. So this is an array, postfix array, and this is my infix. Okay. Now I'll start scanning this infix. What is the first token that I have scanned? When I scan it from left to right, what is the first thing I'm scanning?
A.
So now just apply this. If x is alphanumeric character, what is the value of x now? A. Whatever the token which you read, so the value is assigned to x. Okay?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Observe now.
Yes,
If x, now x is nothing but a. I'm checking. A is alphanumeric character. True or false?
True.
True it is. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It's alphabet. Now what is that I have to do? Add it to the postfix expression. I'll put here. And before that, see, I've created a stack. Now to this stack, I'll add the opening parenthesis. So whenever I create, so before evaluating, before converting this, I'll create a stack, and to this stack, I'll at the 0th index, I'll add opening parenthesis. Okay, this is what I've done. And to this infix expression, for the given infix expression, I'll add the closing parenthesis. Okay, I forgot to mention this. Okay, this is what I do. So this was the expression given, and I created a stack, and to this stack I push what? The opening parenthesis, and to given infix expression, at the end I'll be adding the closing parenthesis. Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
See, for the given infix expression, okay, before converting it into the postfix expression, you got to create a stack, and to the stack as a first element, what is that you are pushing? Closing opening parenthesis you have to push. Any expression that is given, you have to push the opening parenthesis, and to the end of the given infix expression you have to append the closing parenthesis. Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you should start scanning this infix expression from left to right. Now I am scanning. Now the first token that I have encountered is what? A. Correct, right? A I read. This A gets assigned to X, and if X is alphanumeric character, is that true or false? It is true. Correct, right? A is alphabet. Now what is that you got to do? Add it to the postfix expression. Understood? So this comes in the this all comes in the else part. Till here. Okay. Now if this is true, add it to the it refers to what here? X. Add X to the postfix expression. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now let me reduce the size, line spacing. Okay. If this is alphanumeric character, then add X to the postfix expression. Now what gets added to the postfix expression now? What is that I have to write here?
A.
A is written. Okay. Next I'll continue scanning. What are the next token I'm encountering?
Plus.
Plus. Now plus is alphanumeric character. True or false? False.
False.
Now come to the else part. Okay. While. Now X is nothing but what? X value. Let me write here. X is equal to plus now. Okay. Now input character precedence of plus less than input stack precedence stack S of top. What is there on top of the stack?
Opening parenthesis.
What is there on top of the stack?
Parenthesis.
Opening parenthesis. Don't say only parenthesis. You have to say it as opening parenthesis. Yes or no? And what is the input character?
Plus.
Plus. So input character is plus, and top of the stack is opening parenthesis. Now let me find. So I am calling ICP of plus. What is the input character precedence of plus? It is 1. So this is 1. So value of this is 1. Less than. What is ISP of opening parenthesis? ISP of what is this? Top of the stack is what? Opening parenthesis. What is the precedence of opening parenthesis you see? Opening parenthesis precedence is what? 0. So 0 in where you have to see? This table or this table? You have to see this table. Input stack precedence. It is 0. This is 1 and this is 0.
0.
1 less than 0. Condition true or false? False it is. So that means you are not going to pop anything from the stack. What is that you got to do? Push X onto the stack. What is X?
Plus.
Plus. You got to push this onto the stack. So plus is pushed onto the stack. Next again go back and continue scanning. Correct? What is the next input symbol, input character I have scanned?
B.
B. So B is assigned to X. Now X value is B. B is alphanumeric character. True or false?
True.
What is that you got to do? Add B to the postfix expression. Come to the postfix expression. Write B here. Is B returned to the postfix expression? Yes or no?
Yes.
And else part will not happen. Next again continue scanning. What is the next input character that you have encountered? Into. Now X is equal to into now. Star. Now go there. Star is alphanumeric character. True or false? False it is. Come to the else
False.
part. Okay. So you have come to the else part, and then so input character precedence of X. X is nothing but star now. Input character precedence of star. Just find out. For star, what is the precedence value? 3. Input character precedence, we have taken it as 3. Now this is 3. Okay, less than, what is there on top of the stack right now?
Plus.
Plus. Input stack precedence of plus. Input stack precedence of plus is how much?
2.
2.
2.
Okay. Now this is 3 and this is 2. 3 less than 2. Is it true or false?
False.
False.
False it is. Now what is that you got to do? Push star onto stack. You got to push star onto stack. I'll insert one row above and then I'll write star here. OP people understood? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I want you people to tell confidently. So if you are not understood, tell me because I can repeat again. Next, I'll continue scanning. So add a scan till star. So next symbol which I'm scanning from the given input string is what? C. Yes or no? Now X is C now. X is equal to C. Now again, C is alphanumeric character. True or false?
True.
True. What is that you got to do? Add C to the postfix expression. C is added here. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, and this since this is true, this gets executed and else will not happen. Okay, else part will be skipped. Next again I continue scanning. What is that I have encountered now?
Closing parenthesis.
Closing. X is equal to closing parenthesis now. Okay, now is closing parenthesis alphanumeric character? No, it comes to the else part. Input character precedence of X, that is closing parenthesis. See, what is the precedence of the closing parenthesis?
0.
0 and oh okay, sorry, I have missed here. One second. So this closing is also there here. Okay, so and this is 9 here, ulta. Okay, for opening it is 9 here and closing 0, and in the stack precedence opening 0 and closing 9, ulta. Okay, now input character precedence of which one? Closing parenthesis. So if yeah, so for closing parenthesis in input precedence table it is 0. Now this is 0, this is 0. Okay, and similarly stack precedence of sorry star. Okay, oh sorry, this is not required, so I'm confusing you people, sorry. Delete entire row. What I had written earlier was correct. Now star. Okay, now what is star in the stack?
4.
4. So this is 0 and this is 4. 0 less than 4. Is it true?
True, sir.
True. Now pop from the stack and add it to the postfix expression. Okay, now what is there on top of the stack?
Star.
Star is popped and added to the postfix expression. This is popped now. Done? Correct, no?
Yes.
So, and this is in the while. Again we go back to the while loop. What is my input character now? Closing parenthesis. Hope you are following?
Yes, sir.
Input character is what? When I say input character, it is X. What is the value of X? Closing parenthesis. Now what is the precedence of the closing parenthesis in the input character precedence table? 0. Less than.
0.
What is there on top of the stack now?
Plus.
Plus. What is the precedence of plus in the stack precedence table? 2. Okay.
2.
0 less than 2. Is that true?
True, sir.
Yes. What do you have to do? Pop from the stack and add it to the postfix expression. What is that you are popping? Plus you are popping,
yes,
and you are adding it to the postfix expression. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Again we go back to the while. Okay, and what is X still? X is
0.
open, closing parenthesis, and its precedence from the input character precedence table is 0, less than, and what is there on top of the stack?
Opening parenthesis.
opening parenthesis. Okay. Now, if I come to this, opening parenthesis is what? 0. From the input stack precedence, for opening parenthesis it is 0. Okay.
0.
Now, this is 0 less than 0. What is the condition? False it is. Correct, right? It will come out. See, that's the moment you are out of the while loop, you have the postfix form. Is it the postfix form of the given infix expression? See here. See, the original infix expression that was given was this: infix A plus B into C, and to this we added this closing parenthesis. You take this, you convert this into postfix. How do you convert? How do you? Which one you evaluate?
B star C.
This one, B star C, yes or no? So this is equal to A plus, inside the big bracket I'll write it B C star. Correct, right? So this is one operand, and this B C star is another operand for plus. Now again, when I evaluate this, it is A B C star plus, and that is what we got. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this
Same.
is the logic. So logic is very simple. Okay. Only thing is, this precedence table you have to remember. Okay. And from my experience, what I'm telling is, many a times people write this precedence table wrong. If they write this precedence table wrong, then entire thing will go wrong. Okay, that is what I have seen students making in the exams. So everything will be fine. Even this logic also they write it correctly, but when it comes to this, they make mistakes here. Okay, so you got to be careful. So I'll tell you the logic also. Observe here. So when I say input character plus and minus, you assign 1. Okay. For plus and minus in the stack, it should be 1 more than this. Okay. So here it is 1, here it is 2. And for into, divide and modulus, so since 2 I have already given it to plus and minus in the stack precedence, so I am giving it 3. Okay, here. Now for star, divide, modulus, it should be more than the input character precedence in the stack. So I am giving it as 4. Okay. And for caret, so it is opposite for exponentiation. So input, in the stack I am giving it as 5, and in the input character I am giving it as 6. And for alphanumeric character it is same in both the tables. Okay. And for opening parenthesis it is 9, and for opening parenthesis in the stack precedence is 0. And for closing, you don't have to define in the stack precedence. For closing, we take it as 0 in the input character precedence. So these two tables, so if you remember, and this simple logic, again I'll highlight the logic. If X is alphanumeric character, simple, add it to the postfix expression. If X is not an alphanumeric character, then you should go for comparing, okay, the input precedence of that character with the stack precedence. So precedence of the top value on the stack. If the input character precedence is lesser than the element which is there on the top of the stack and its precedence, then you go for popping the element from the stack and add it to the postfix expression. This process you keep doing until this condition is true. In case if this condition is false, then you go for pushing X onto the stack. So same thing we did, and we have the given infix expression converted into the postfix form. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you have to do is sit, analyze, and try to recall whatever I have told, and once you calmly sit and analyze everything, you'll understand this. Okay. Okay. Now shall I move to the program? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll just show you the program. I think it's not possible for me to complete it today, Okay, so let me walk through this program. So in the next class again, let me explain this in clear. Okay, I'm maximizing it. Hope all of you can say this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Observe now. stdio.h is included. String.h, stdlib, ctype.header file, ctype.h, and then maximum size of the stack I'm taking it as 60. Okay, as defined max as 60, and these are the function prototypes. I have one function push, because push is required here. When you are going to push, when you are going to perform the push operation,
It's not an alphanumeric character.
no. If it is not a alphanumeric character, and if the precedence of the input character is greater than the precedence of the stack character, understood? So then you push. Otherwise, you got to pop. And then I have one more function with the name infix to postfix function. So the function is named as infix postfix. That means converting from infix to postfix. This function takes care of that. The logic what I explained you now, correct? No? So that entire logic goes into this function. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
don't know.
sir.
You people are not telling it confidently. See, the logic what I explained, no? Now, this logic, I'll just open this. This logic, what I explained, correct, no? So, this entire logic, where I'll write? I'll be writing it. Oh. I'll be writing that inside this infix to postfix function. And then I have two more functions. ICP. What is this ICP? You have to respond, please. I have told this. What is ICP?
Character precedence.
What character precedence? Input character precedence.
Input character precedence.
What is ISP?
Input stack precedence.
Input stack precedence. And so you can just observe here. See, return type of push is void because it is not returning anything. So infix to postfix also not returning anything. Pop returns. What it returns? The element that is popped it returns. Hence its return type is integer. And ICP, ISP return type is also integer. Why? Because this ICP returns the precedence value of the character which you are passing, and that precedence value is what? Integer. And then ISP also returns the precedence value of the character which you are passing as argument to this. And what is that? Again integer. And here this push you are passing the character array and the pointer. This is the top which we pass, and this is the character to be inserted or pushed onto the stack. And for pop, we are passing only the character array and the top. And for this function infix to postfix, so this both are character array. So this is infix character array, and it takes this infix character array and it will convert it into the postfix character array. This is also a character array. Now for the given infix expression, what is that we do? So to the end we add the closing parenthesis, and to the top of the initially to the stack we push the closing parenthesis. Okay, all these function prototypes, are they clear? Any doubts in this function prototypes?
No, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Next, see, inside the main I have declared two character arrays. One is infix max and postfix max. So I'll be reading the infix expression to this array, and using this function infix to postfix, I'll convert the infix expression which is stored into this array, and I'll store it into the postfix expression. Okay, and next, prompting this message on the screen, enter the infix expression, and then I'm reading the infix expression. Okay, so ampersand is not necessary here, ampersand infix, because this is array and the array name itself acts as the base address for reading. Okay, when you're reading the array, so ampersand is not really necessary. Okay, so this I'm reading the infix expression, and then I'm just printing the original infix string is so and so. So that also I'm printing. Okay, and after printing the original input string, infix string, I'm just calling infix to postfix, and to this infix to postfix I'm passing infix array and the postfix array. Initially the postfix array is empty. Okay, see, even in the function prototype you can observe the first argument is of type character array, and the second argument is also of type character array. And infix I have passed, and this is the character array. Postfix is also the character array. And next, so print the postfix string of this. Postfix string is this. Okay, I'm printing the postfix form. Here I'm printing the original infix, and just after calling this infix to postfix, I have my infix expression converting into the postfix expression, and finally I'm printing it and return 0. So this is simple main here. Okay, now inside the main you have declared two character arrays, one for infix, one for postfix, reading the infix expression, and then calling the function infix to postfix by passing infix as well as postfix, and then finally printing the postfix. So very simple main. Yeah.
Should we initialize postfix to 0?
Not necessary, because we are reading it. If you want, you can initialize. I've already shown you how to initialize it. Something
No,
like
sir. Postfix.
Yeah, if you want, you can initialize both.
Because there could be something in postfix. No?
Yes, initialize. No problem. It is always good to initialize. Correct, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the infix to postfix. And what you have here is everything which I explained in the previous by using a Microsoft Word document here. So this logic, the same logic, so you'll find here now. Oh. Observe now. I have taken length ik for looping purpose. Okay, I have taken length because I will be finding the length of my infix expression, and then I have taken one more array, a character array, s max. So this is actually the stack. Okay, the stack, and then top. See, I am finding strlen of infix. Okay, I am finding the length of strlen is what? It's a built-in function using which you can find the length of the infix expression, and the length gets assigned to len. Okay, and observe now here. Can anyone tell what I am doing here? Infix of length is equal to closing parenthesis. What is this?
We are adding the closing parenthesis at the end.
Yes. So adding the ending parenthesis, the closing parenthesis to the given infix expression. Okay. Now how to add it? First you got to find the length of the, say for example, this is my expression a plus b into c. Okay. Now how many characters are there in this? What is the length of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So length is 5, but array index always starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is this position, and to this position, the position where the cursor is blinking, correct, no? To that position we are adding the closing parenthesis. Hope you understood. Now to add the closing parenthesis to the end, you got to find the length of the string, and infix of length is equal to this, and then top I am initializing it to 0, and I and k is equal to 0, and then so s of top, and I also told you, correct, no? What is that you got to store on top of the stack?
Opening parenthesis.
Opening parenthesis. That is what I am doing. See, top is already initialized to 0. S of 0 is equal to what? Opening parenthesis. Okay. Next, I told start scanning the input symbols from left to right. Yes or no? So this while is doing it. So this while loop is scanning the input string from left to right. Say if this is my string, okay. Now initially I is initialized to 0, I less than or equal to length. Length value is what? 5. len is equal to 5. So length of this string is 5. Okay. So 0 less than or equal to 5 true. You have x is equal to infix of 0. What is this? What gets assigned to x now?
Open parenthesis.
A.
So this is my infix expression. And sorry. So there is also closing parenthesis here. This is my infix expression now. A gets assigned to x. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if observe here. So in the program when I was explaining the logic, I had written it as if x is alphanumeric. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Same thing here. So I cannot write. So it was natural language. If x is alphanumeric character, I had written. But here I cannot do that. If ICP of x, input character precedence of x, that is a, is equal to 8. Okay. So I am calling ICP function. I am calling. So let me go to the ICP function. So there I showed it as the table, but here I have written it in the form of a function. Just observe here. So what get passed to this C? There it was x. X is equal to a. Now C is equal to what? A. If is alpha num of a. Okay. Alpha numeric of a. Is the condition true? C is nothing but what now? A. Uppercase A. Is it alphanumeric?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now what get assigned to C? Hash symbol. Okay. Now switch. Now what is that you are returning? 8. And this is the precedence value which we defined in the input precedence. Okay. See, plus and minus I am giving 1. So into, divide and modulus 3, caret 6, and this symbol 8, closing parenthesis, sorry, opening parenthesis 9. Now what it will return now? 8. 8 is the return value. Now I will just go up here. This is also 8 and this is also 8. Return value is 8. 8 is equal to 8. Is the condition true?
True.
X is equal to this symbol. Now switch x. Where it will come? To case this. Okay. So this case is matching, and what we are doing? We are taking the first character from the infix expression and we are adding it to the postfix expression. So if it is an alphanumeric, so we just take the character as it is from the infix expression and we add it to the postfix expression. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then now here, yeah, A is alphanumeric, so I'll write postfix here. Postfix. So A is added. So A is taken from the infix expression. That is what? Postfix k plus plus is equal to infix of I. I value is 0. This is A is equal to k value initially initialized to 0. So postfix of 0 we have A stored, and k gets incremented and it is pointing to the next position, the position where the cursor is blinking. Okay. Next. So after this again we come back here. Okay. I gets incremented here. I'll show you. See, I is getting incremented here. Okay. And then this is the closing for while loop. Again it will go back to the while. Here. I is 1 now. 1 less than or equal to 5. Condition is true. Infix of 1. What is infix of 1?
Plus.
Plus. Now x is plus now. Okay. If ICP of plus equal to 8. Now what is ICP of plus? Let us check. See, character is plus and I am checking whether it is alphanumeric. No. So C is not made as the symbol. Now switch plus. Where it will come? This. And what it is returning? 1. Okay. 1 equal to 8. This is 1 equal to 8. False it is. Yes or no? Now, so we don't have the x being assigned with this, and it comes here. What is x now? Plus. Okay. So, see, observe now, x is plus, not matching with this case, not matching with this also, and where will it come? Where it comes? Default.
Default.
So just observe default now. While ICP of x less than ISP of top of the stack. What is there in top of the stack? Opening parenthesis. ICP of x is what? Plus. So, and what is the return value from ICP for plus? It returns 1. This is 1. And what about for the opening parenthesis on the top of the stack? So you got to see ISP. ISP of C. See, opening parenthesis, it is 0. So now this is 1 less than 0. What is the condition?
False.
False. So don't pop anything from the stack and add it to the postfix. So go and push plus onto the stack. Understood? No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think it requires some more time, so we'll stop here, okay, because it's already 4:10. So, and tomorrow I'll just complete this and I'll do one tracing. I'll execute it for I'll do the tracing of this program for a plus b into c, and also I'll take one parenthesized expression and trace it for that also. You'll get an idea. I hope you have understood some extent, to some extent, the logic. One thing required is, so you have to go through the program by yourself, okay, and try to debug the program 1 or 2 times after I teach you tomorrow, okay. They'll understand. So nothing difficulty. So the entire program is dependent on how you write the input character precedence and how you write the input stack precedence. Only that much. Understood? Now we'll stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. Anything to ask?
No, sir.
Okay. So I have downloaded the attendance list. So